Peace, family. Welcome to another episode, Underground Railroad Productions, UGR TV. We literally in the water, y'all. Today, in the middle of New York City, Red and Blue Pill. They got a lecture coming up. I'm gonna let them explain that to you. But obviously, by the background that y'all see, we're gonna be talking about health, wellness, programming your future, living happy, being happy, pursuit of happiness, things of that nature. I'm gonna let them start. I don't even want to start off with a question. I know y'all just came back from Atlanta, so I want to just allow y'all to elaborate on just how y'all feel coming from the trip in Atlanta and what do y'all expect in the future and, just all of that good stuff. Go ahead.
Peace to you and yours, Twin Pillars, reporting live and direct from the concrete jungles of New York City.
Hold on. From the tropics of Harlem.
From the tropics of Harlem.
Hold on. From the tropics of Harlem, from the waterfalls of Harlem, for all you Travel Channel junkies and whatnot, y'all like going around the world with Anthony Bourdain and Zimmerman, but you didn't even know that they had waterfalls in Harlem, family. We on our spotlight right now. We in the tropics of Harlem. We in the water. So love and light to the family. We have a lot of interesting things to talk about, some beautiful things to convey to the family today. So yeah.
Absolutely. We just returned from Atlanta, Georgia. Shout out to the ATL family. Atlanta was a converging point for all points south. You know what I'm saying? Our southern family coming from Alabama, from Tennessee, coming from the Carolinas, coming from Florida. You know what I'm saying? That dirty water in Florida. You know what I'm saying? Coming from the NO, coming from the swamp, coming from the D-town. All points converge in the A. You feel me? So shout out to the Atlanta family, shout out to Amon Ra Squad, shout out to House of Consciousness, New Covenant was in the building, Mama Pill, Black Power Cartel, BPC, KT the Arc Degree, everybody was in the building. It was nothing but love. Shout out to Ngozi, shout out to Brother Jonathan, shout out to Minister Inky, shout out to Sadnetta, of course, yeah, Professor Griff, the legend. Shout out to Sutek, shout out to Ankh, shout out to Brother Cavario, shout out to my brother Amir Bay. We went to Bankhead on Sunday. We did a peace rally with the Gangster Disciples out there and the other family. Yeah, the NOI. Everybody was in the building. It was all love. But most importantly, what that weekend showed me was staying in a 4-star hotel and we had, all amenities and what have you. And we had went to an adjacent gym, and in that gym, they had a, they had the spa in the gym. You feel me? So we did the dry sauna, the wet sauna. We did the all saltwater swimming pool. You feel me? Everything. We did the jacuzzi. And what I walked out of there feeling was euphoric. You know what I'm saying? I had a level of happiness that I hadn't had in a minute. It was able to release the stress out of my body, open up my pores. I pretty much this summer had got back into fitness and embraced that gym lifestyle, but I was missing the main component, which was the relaxation afterwards. And I don't mean that, the rejuvenation, that's not meaning that anybody is handing in their card in terms of what we're doing in terms of, banging on the system and bringing the information, but you have to be able to relax. What are we doing this for? Are we doing this to improve our lives, or are we doing it to shorten our lives? You feel me? I want to make sure that my life, I'm getting the best possible results. As I approach my 40th, I'm preparing myself for a new chapter. So that's the message that we want to bring to the family, to enjoy life, the pursuit of happiness. We can achieve anything from a state of happiness. A state of stress and distress, you're not going to be, you're not going to achieve the things that you want to achieve. You're going to bring in the wrong energy. You're going to, materialize the wrong results in your life. You feel me? And I think that a lot of what we see, because it's about taking responsibility, a lot of what we see are manifestations of, paradigms that we bought into. I'm not from that walk where we're victims. I don't believe in victimhood. You know what I'm saying? I believe in bossing up and taking control and taking command of our own reality. Peace.
I'm concurring with my brother with everything that he said. You know, my studies have shown me that this whole pursuit, this you know, spiritual beings having this human experience, the magic in the experience is the feeling. The feeling is what creates the situation. Everything is about feeling. Everything is about your frequency and what level of vibration that you're on. You understand what I'm saying? That is exemplified by the experience. If there's a negative experience and you are becoming a victim of that experience, if you allow that experience to change your frequencies, your vibrations, your energy levels and things of that nature, close down your chakras, then the experience that will result from that will tend to be one that is very negative. Your surroundings will reflect that negative mind state that you encompass. Okay? So, we're here to say that negativity and low vibrations have no jurisdiction over us. We're here to say now that we're embracing our greatness. We are embracing the fact that collectively we are more powerful than we are in a separate sense. The Voltron theory that I've been bringing to all of the platforms that I've been speaking on over the past few years. The fact that we are more powerful as a unit, as a community, as a network, in all things than we are when it's just one of us on the stage, or one of us in front of the people, or one of us in front of the camera, individual talking about me, 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 me. Not giving credit to the collective, not giving credit to your family, not giving credit to the shoulders that you stand for, not giving credit to the ones who came before you, the Dr. Benz, Dr. Clarks, Dr. Sabies. You know what I'm saying? We're standing in front of this waterfall. This is something we experienced when we were 8 years old in St. Croix, Virgin Islands, with our beloved master teacher, Dr. Sabi. Okay? Swimming in lakes like this to take our baths. You know, bathing in waterfalls. This is the tropics. This is a tropical mind state. This is the life that we come from. You know what I'm saying? So when we converge in Atlanta this weekend, my visions, because you have to have a vision, you have to have an imagination, especially if you're out here teaching the people. The vision that I've had, I was able to see it manifest in real time. Sarah Suit and Seti, brother Sinetta, Amin Rosqua, KTL, all of the family from the South that came through. It was a very beautiful thing.
I want to ask y'all about, you know, you mentioned feelings, and I want to ask you about waiting for something to happen to you externally to be happy versus just being happy just cause. Some people in the field of, you know, like the Neville Goddards of the world and the Reverend Ikes and the, you know, even Minister Jew, when I speak with Minister Jew. Yeah, shout out to Minister Jew. They feel as though you shouldn't have to wait for something external to happen to feel joy. And I think the majority of black people, we have to wait for an event to happen, because if you just happy to be happy, like you ever seen a dude on a train, sometimes people feel like, man, what the fuck this nigga smiling for, man? It's 7 in the morning, smiling ass nigga, man. I just got it, what the fuck, it's too early to be smiling, nigga. So, talk about being happy just to be happy versus waiting for something external to happen to be happy, and the different results that each could bring.
Well, before I went to Atlanta, I spent 2 weeks in Houston with my daughter, Wisdom Bella. She just turned 2 on September 4th. You know, my heart, my life. The amount of joy that I'm able to receive when I'm in the company of my children is something that I can't say in words. I haven't found the language nor the words yet to express the level of joy and enthusiasm that I have when I just look in their eyes. I have 2 children. I want to have 10 because of what I know. Because I know that that's the true treasure in life. It is your procreation. You know what I'm saying? It's when you procreate yourself, when God recreates itself or himself or herself. But it's something that takes 2. And we've identified through the use of science that it's a male and a female. There's no other way around that. Facts. So, joy is, you know, coming from within. That's called love. That's dealing with the weight of one's heart. That is the purpose of why we are here. The end of our journey, at the end of our journey, at the end of our cycle, or the end of our incarnation in these physical husks, this body, this spacesuit, this avatar, my heart will be weighed against a feather. And my experiences in life will determine the weight of my heart, whether I held on to those experiences in a negative manner, or if I let and forgive and let certain things go and lighten my heart. So that joy has to come from within. That love that emanates from your heart, which was shown through science, emanates more of a EKG electronic field than the mind or the brain, for that matter. It emanates rays. It emanates rays that are not restricted by the physical borders of the earth.
No. Right. And a fraction of a second, they said it is able to emanate, I think, out towards what's that particular star system that people be talking about? Sirius? Not Sirius, Pleiades, the Pleiades. Yeah. So we're talking about in fractions of a second, that energy is able to emanate that far. If you understand how long they say light takes to travel, make a comparison. You know what I'm saying? Make a comparison to thought versus light. Make a comparison about heart energy, you know what I'm saying, versus these other energies that they talk about are so preeminent and so dominant in our reality. You know, the things that are, you know, you got to get this type of energy to make change. You got to know it's about the heart. You know what I mean? So me personally speaking, yeah, I was dealing with issues before I went to Atlanta, and those issues were creating like a lot of pain in my body. I suffered an injury before I went, you know, so I wasn't even in the gym. I saw a lot of the gains that I was making during the summer in themselves, you know what I'm saying? So I was all in my mind. I was going through things. You feel me? It was a lot of things swirling in my head. And being able to be in that environment, in an open environment, you know, I'm mainly, and I spoke about this before and I'm going to continue to speak about this. A lot of things that we're dealing with that people are directly related to our environment. You know what I'm saying? The geomancy on those environments, the closed aspect, the cold calculating, you know what I'm saying, things that come with living in the city. You feel me? The disconnect from nature. You know, people being stacked on top of one another, not being able to access fresh water, not being in it, not smelling it, not tasting it, not knowing what it's about. You feel me?
Not feeling the sun and surrounded by photosynthesis.
Yeah, not being amongst trees, not honoring nature. You know what I'm saying? Not waking up every day and doing your best to have that symbiotic relationship with all things that are natural. You feel me? And these are still things that I struggle with based on my city dwellings. But when I'm south or when I'm out west, I'm a different person, and I recognize that. You feel me? And I want to be consistent with who I am in all of my walks. You know what I mean? I don't want it to be relegated to just one environment. So I have to always carry those memories. I have to carry that experience. I have to carry that feeling. I have to catalog that feeling inside of me. And the memories always help me get back to that place. But I also have to be practically inside of that energy as well. So that's why, you know, we're reporting live and direct. You feel me? From this vast body of water. We water signs. This is what we do natural. So, yeah, we home, man. It's a beautiful feeling.
Ask y'all, you know, we dealing with health, wellness. One thing that's extremely important, you know, Red Pill, the brother has 2 children. He dealt with the aspect of one of the most beautiful things in life is to recreate yourself. I want to talk about healthy relationships real quick. And this is something brothers and sisters can relate to in terms of, you know, everybody, we're in this information age and everybody's getting knowledge of self right now. So the first thing a brother or a sister do, they want to find a person that's into the knowledge. But there's a lot of complaints that, damn, I met this sister that was into the knowledge and she was still a piece of shit. Or I met this brother he could break down a lot of things. He was into health, he was into this, but he was still a piece of shit at the end of the day. So what I find, the advice that I usually give people, and I want y'all to elaborate on this, something that helped me in reference to my relationship. I've been in a relationship for 10 years with my girl, is that when I visualized and manifest her, I wanted somebody with a good heart. I didn't want somebody that knew about the Illuminati. I didn't particularly want somebody that knew about health and knew about neuropeptides that could break things down. I didn't want a girl that was super deep. I just wanted a girl that had an open heart. And if she had an open heart, then she would be open to the information, because the information is love at the end of the day. So open heart equals love. So could you talk about finding somebody with a good heart versus finding somebody who's a good Christian or in the Kemet? Oh, he's in the Kemet or she's in the Kemet, so she's going to be a good person. Explain the difference between a good heart and an amazing intellectual being.
Wow, powerful question. Going back to what I said initially a few minutes ago, that your experience, your underlying goal in this physical experience as a spiritual being is to do or to experience any situations that will help enhance, enlighten, and nurture your heart. So let's go back. How many people can recall or remember the feeling of euphoria that envelopes your body when you're in love? Do you remember the moment or maybe the night or the day after meeting that one, the one who you know is going to assist your heart in unfolding? The opening of the heart, the lotus flower. Do you know that feeling? Do you know the kind of motivation that begins to kick into your being when you found that one who complements the missing half? Amazing. Okay, we're twins. We are one egg split in half, having different experiences on this earthly plane, but we are still one. Right? I don't know, I don't know what I would be able to do without my brother, because that is part of me. A very interesting phenomenon that takes place on this planet. But when we're dealing with the opposites, but I don't want to say opposite in the sense that opposite like a negative, but we're dealing with a level of polarity, the laws that govern this existence, this planet or this plane of existence. The duality would be male and female. So there's the same concept that I shared about one egg splitting in two. We're talking about one expression or God principle splitting in two and reincarnating on this physical plane in the form of a male and a female. So when you meet your other half that complements that missing half,
they call that twin flames. Right. They call that twin flames.
All right. There's your wholeness. There's your one that's returning back to the one. I can't live without my wife. I can't live without my better half. I can't live without my other half. You feel me?
Right.
There's a level of divinity in that. That's divine. Some people take their whole lifetime to experience that. Some are more lucky and they get it right out the gate. And then they continue to meet different people who help enhance the heart.
Right. And some people meet other people that may remind them of that experience. Mm-hmm. And then that might not necessarily be the totality of what they're looking for. And they might even end up squandering that opportunity to look for something else. Or they might be on to something. So it's an endless journey. It's unfolding like everything else in life. It unfolds, you know what I'm saying? And the more that you begin to know yourself and you send these beacon signals out, the more that you're able to pull in that other part of you that you need to complete you. But we still have work to do on self. Me personally, I know that I still have work to do on self. I haven't brought any children into this world for that specific reason. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not shy about that. I don't feel any way. I feel, if anything else, is being responsible, because as an observer, I watch what's going on around me, and I don't like what I see. You know what I'm saying? I want to be with the woman of my dreams for the totality of my relationship. You know what I'm saying? I have to be able to see somebody that I'm with at the age of 70 and 80 years old. You know, we got to be able to be on that rocket chair on that porch together. We got to be able to, you know what I'm saying? She got to be able to be, I got to be able to look over and see her riding shotgun. These are things that need to be firm and affixed in the mind in order for your love to be anchored, where you're able to be the necessary mate that she needs to be, where the games won't be involved, because we're still coming into this quote-unquote consciousness with a lot of our old programs. And those, the nigga chips, and those programs are reinforced daily by our environment, our society. You feel me? We see the players and all of that in our society being rewarded. You feel me? We see the brothers with multiple relationships and, you know, all of these ways of doing things and getting away with them. We see that being applauded in society. You know what I'm saying? We see females are actually more interested with that than the brother that's 100% dedicated. They call that a square in society. You feel me? So society is reinforcing this whole aspect of, you know, not being responsible in love. You know, society does not promote love as it has been taught in our reality. Their love is, you know, go to De Beers and buy a ring, set a date, you know what I'm saying, and send the invites out and get you a 5-tier cake. You know, that's their idea of love. The contractual aspects, Roman antics, you know, romance and things of that nature that culminates in marriage and what have you. So there are many people in the community that are experiencing things that they probably didn't expect. And I think that because of nothing else, the quote-unquote conscious community has just been about the accumulation of information. You know what I'm saying? So I can buy 500 books and stack them high. You don't know how many of the books I read. You don't know if I read them to beginning to end. You don't know if I read them and reread them. You don't know if I understand what I read. You don't know if what I read had anything to do with actually changing who I am. You know what I'm saying? And if there's no evidence that I was actually looking to learn these things to actually apply it to something, for it to be applicable information that I'm going to change into wisdom and apply it, then what good is the information? So it's just smart niggas roaming around. You feel me? It's just women that have access to all of these ancient aspects of the spells and the information, and they can read this and read that. But is the soul fully cultivated? You know? Do they fully know who they are? You know? Do they fully know what they want out of this experience? And are they real enough with themselves to acquiesce when a brother tells them, look, I'm good. You feel me? You know, I don't want all of what you want. So a lot of people think because they're on this path, when they meet somebody and they click or connect and there's something about that person that they like, that they in love. You feel me? And because it's so hard to actually meet somebody on this path the same way, they don't want to let go. You feel me? And brothers might still be running through this thing just looking for enjoyment out of it, and then women are confusing that with love, and then it's all falling apart.
And let's also keep in mind that a lot of people are sapiosexuals, meaning that they're attracted to intellect and they're attracted to knowledge. They're attracted to information. But yeah, they fall in love with information, and the person is disseminating information. Let's be clear. That's not necessarily, you know, what everybody that's out there looking for true love, you know, you may confuse that with true love. You may confuse lust with love. You know what I mean? There are some gorgeous, beautiful, I'm talking about, man, you know, designed by the highest of creators out there. You know, designed by, you know, put together by Imhotep. Ptah himself done molded her. You know, you got statues on the run from the natural history from the Metropolitan Museum in these streets. You know, we got APBs on some statues out there. They out there. But do they complement your heart? Or do they complement what it is that you need to heal your heart? Many of us are broken from previous relationships and from being in this nigga world and being in crack wars and being in nigga wars. And hip hop. And the effects that had on our psyche. And the 80s babies, we going through shock and trauma still, post-traumatic crack syndrome and all of that.
Good point. So a lot of us, right, are being very expressive from our hurt body. You know what I'm saying? Those aspects have not been dealt with. A lot of niggas got mommy issues still. A lot of females got daddy issues. These things haven't been addressed. The core issues, brother A.A. Rashid speaks about this frequently. So your acquisition of, you know, tabletop information, you could have a motherfucking 18-wheeler full of books. You feel me? Have you gone into those depths? Have you went into a mentor? Have you gone into the bottom of that water, underneath that rock? You know what I'm saying? Like, they had that movie out, As Above, So Below. You feel me? When they had to kept going into the lower depths of the underworld of a mentor, so they got so far in the bottom that they had to deal with their inner demons and the shit that they was trying to ignore and block out. And when they dealt with that, then they fell out the other way. You feel me? Back into reality. Those are the things that we have to address. Are we dealing with that? Have we set up the proper institutions to deal with it? Are we enacting the proper rituals during the proper cycles to deal with that? Do we know when the times of year, the top of moons? Do we know when the times are appropriate, most appropriate for us to deal with these things? Or are we numbing those things with weed, alcohol, pills, blog talk shows, information, you know what I'm saying? Cheese and crackers and pizza and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? All the comfort foods and, yeah, Molly's and Xannies and lean and all of that. Perks, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot, yeah. That's yeah, right. So those industries, yeah, those industries are built around these particular issues. And as you can see, these new drugs and all of them thriving, it's because all of these issues are coming to the surface.
Yeah, but, and keep in mind, it's the indigos and the crystals. They're the ones that are gravitating to the codeine, to the perks, to the Xannies and all of that. Because they are the ones that are more emotional because of you know, because of who they are. Because of their spirituality. Some of them are born with the pineal already activated. So they're feeling, yeah, they're feeling everything around them. They hit a blunt, they start seeing shit, feeling demons, you know what I mean? Feeling the pain, they get on the lean and whatnot to numb the pain. Future said that he was hurt. He said, I'm trying to numb the pain. And that's what they're rolling with. And some of them, they popping the acid, they going on the tabs. You know, they got addictions to K2 and all of these things. Crystal meth is hard body, crack is hard body, heroin is hard body right now. So this is what we're saying. This is why we in the water, family. This is why we back in nature. This is why we've even become travel agents. We've opened up an aspect of that in our business because it's time. We have a travel agency because it's time to really be about this life and deal with the healing aspects of man. Know thyself. It's time to deal with transformation. It's time to deal with mastery of self. We will be 40 years old in November. Mama, we made it. That's called self-mastery. We not just out here talking and, you know, this is about you being able to experience the work that me and this man have been doing upon ourselves for 40 some odd years. And we continue to, this is going to continue to keep on growing and growing and going and going.
Right. And it's a continuation from many lifetimes, obviously. And we've chosen to make this travel and this trip with one another. So this travel and this trip, we want to extend that into a travel agency where we're able to bring the family, you know, to places where optimum health and healing is available, changing your environment, you know, exposing yourself to the necessary negative ions, the relationship not only to self but to nature, which is symbiotic as well.
I want to touch on human behavior and psychology for a second. I had another question, but then this one just popped into my mind, so I want to get this out before, I forget it. I want to talk about, in terms of psychology, the aspect of somebody, we dealing with healthy relationship, wellness, health. Somebody that's not in a loving relationship, whether it be with family or somebody of the opposite sex, may try to downplay it to you so you won't get it because they don't have it. Right. I want to quote a Drake song. Drake said, "Niggas with no money act like money isn't everything." So it seems like whatever you ain't got, you gonna downplay the shit so the next motherfucker don't get it. Because if he get it, he gonna remind you that you don't have it. Right. So whatever you don't got, you downplay so the next man won't get it. You act like that shit's not important because you don't want nobody else with it. Going to the danger of doing that and how that's totally useless, because this is human behavior all over the place, whether it's love, whether it's money, whether whatever it is, consciousness, whether it's you on YouTube, they may be want to be whatever, it could be the smallest shit. You could eat you could be a vegan, they not a vegan, they'll say vegans ain't shit just because, you know what I'm saying? Go into that aspect, because people do it. They're unaware, maybe they're not aware, but we need to stop the bullshit because it's not getting us nowhere. So go into that, please.
Imagine the position that one takes that doesn't even have love for self. Imagine what frequency is now being emanated from that person when they're on camera or they have a platform or they get an opportunity to say something that they've been holding in all their lives. Then the field of which they start tearing down is expansive. They have multiple shit that they want to start tearing down. And that's what you see, the majority of which comes out of the conversations, in the YouTube world. And the people that are connecting or gravitating towards those conversations obviously have something in common with that person that's emitting that frequency. You feel me? Like, I don't watch Tommy Sotomayor, but I've taken a few glimpses into that brother's conversation. You feel me? And there's a level of self-hatred that's kind of obvious. You know what I mean? And not only a level of self-hatred, but it extends because there's things about himself that he doesn't like that he extends to people in his particular, what they call a quote-unquote race. And women in particular, right? Because he was born from a mother that if he don't like himself, obviously he don't like what he came from. So these are certain things psychologically that you can look at, the patterns of behavior, and you can be like, yo, this is somewhat kind of obvious. But the fact that it trends so much and does so many numbers, you like, damn, so this is what's trending in society as well. And I think that we can look around and really see the effects of that. You feel me? From the whole aspect that somebody could say melanated lives matter and there's such a backlash from the very same people that they trying to bring into the frequency of love. They like, nah, nigga, we don't love ourselves. You feel me? There's nothing here to love. Like, keep it moving. We can't even feel that because our hurt body's too real. Hold on.
It's very interesting that, inside of what we know as the conscious community, if one were really about the people from a psychiatrist or a psychological standpoint, they would be able to see some of the psychosis that's very apparent in the community. But as a psychiatrist, this is supposed to be appointed to the community, you would think that they would have a diagnosis for the community. Because apparently, the things that are turning away these psychologists from the community are blatant psychoses that need to be addressed. The shit that you see in chat rooms, the comments that people leave on videos, the activity on social media, the negative activity on social media, the sociopathic, antisocial activity that you see on social media. The people who haven't really sat in a room with a physical person who is a teacher, and they'll say all crazy kind of things about them on social media, but when it comes to a lecture, the energy, the first thing that they'll be propelled to do is hug that person and tell that person how much they love that person and give praise to that person. So what are we dealing with? A level of psychosis. People are not dealing with their core issues. People came into consciousness over watching Hidden Colors. People came into consciousness watching videos on YouTube and then got recommend, and then they got introduced into consciousness by mistake. Did that help their core issues? Was that a remedy for their core issues that they had before they became conscious? So now they're conscious of their history, they're conscious of their great legacies, they're conscious of who they may be, but they've never dealt with their core issues. And nobody is coming forth that's even, you know, A.A. Rashid has done monumental work. Naeem Akbar has done monumental work. Even our brother Umar Johnson has done monumental work dealing with psychology for the people and things of that nature. But what's in front of us right now, with about 3 million breathing, living bodies and souls that are out there calling themselves the conscious community, they need some kind of, they need a psychologist to come in and talk to them directly. Not talk down to them, not berate them. They don't need to be cleared by Scientology. They need an African-centered perspective to help them deal with their core issues. We have to have social events. We have to see each other face to face. We have to go into retreats. We got to get off of the concrete, get out of the concrete jungle. We don't have to have, off the computer, we don't have to have no proprietor of a property telling us, yo, you got to leave at 9 o'clock. We don't need a time limit on our experiences, family. We can't put a time limit on healing. So we got to get into thermal waters. We got to get into sun gazing. We have to get into collective group meditations. We have to get into alkaline eating. We have to get into all of these things. We don't have to get into rallying, protesting, crying, begging, all of this dyings and all of this stuff. This stuff does not lighten the heart. This stuff does not send any kind of light emanation from the heart into the universe. When you do negative affirmations such as no justice, no peace, I can't breathe, or you are affirming to the universe, you ready to die. Okay, that's a play on ready to die. All right, you don't want that, so you have to do the opposite of that. So you have to get together and deal with your issues as a family. Maybe when we put together these social events, this is what I'm gonna use myself as an example. I was in Atlanta in 2012 going through a separation. My heart was in pieces. I went to I did meditations, and I went to my elders, and I told the elders, what do I have to do to find somebody that's going to compliment me in a way that she's going to help heal my heart, right? 2 weeks later, when I met that person, I went back to the elders. They did a reading, told me that it was all good, but it won't last for long. There's a purpose and a reason behind this. You have people in your life for reasons and seasons, and that person fulfilled the reason. 6 months into our relationship, both of us was able to heal each other's hearts. Then I was able to go forth into my journey, and I was able now to give the people information and teach them. If anybody listened to the blog talk shows that we had during that whole block in that era, I wasn't even talking on the show. I would help open up, and I fall back and let Blue do it because my heart wasn't right. So what the hell do I look like even sending out verbal energy? I didn't even want to speak into the microphone because it would have been fragmented, distorted. So she came into my life. She helped not only me, but my children. She helped millions of people, because the feeling that I'm able to get when I'm in these streets, people come up to me and my brother. I'm in the airport. I'm at the store. I'm in the park. Don't matter where we go. This is all super viral. It's a phenomenon at this point. The energy that we got when we came to Atlanta from the brothers and sisters down south, that right there is what lightened my heart as a feather. Okay? That is called healing. That is called solidifying your purpose. That is called knowing that you're on the right path and giving you energy in the battery. All right? So we have, and that's called from doing the work. So we did the work on ourselves, and by doing the work on ourselves, we was able to do the work for the people, and by doing the work for the people, it's coming back 20, 1,000 times fold, and that's what's gonna get us into the halls of a mentor amongst our ancestors, family. Okay? So yeah.
On this concept of healthy relationships again.
Peace, brother. Peace. No doubt. See what I'm talking about? Hold on. Point. Real quick.
Y'all in the water again.
We was just talking about this is not scripted. This is called synchronicity and serendipity. The family right there. Peace, family. What's your name? Come on.
Yeah, tell the brother. Nah, I can't. No, you can't. I just want to. I can get him like this.
How you doing, good brother? All right. And he got the pieces on and everything. All right.
What's going on, family? How you guys doing, man?
I mean, we doing. You know, we here. We magnetized you and brought you over here with us. Manifested. Peace, Queen. Come give a shout out to the family. See, our beautiful family here enjoying nature, enjoying consciousness, you know what I'm saying? This is a city of 8 million people. Anybody could have walked up. But, yeah, this is how the energy works. Peace. Say peace to the family.
Peace to the family.
No doubt, no doubt. Love and light, y'all.
Listen, you brothers keep doing the positive work, man. You know what I mean?
No doubt,
Listen,
no doubt.
We need more brothers like you to be doing it out here, man, you know?
This is what we are all... we are multiplying ourselves daily. You know what I'm saying? So as we do the work, you do the work, and it's just gonna reverberate. Huh? Peace. No doubt. Hotep.
We are submerged in the catacombs of New York City in the waterfall. Like, this is literally in the cut. And as we're talking about the manifestation of the work, up comes a brother, you know what I'm saying, fully onked up. You know, the brother knows what the program is. He knows who we are. He starts filming. He's with his queen. Beautiful, rich, melanated couple. So you know what I mean? Those are the signs that the ancestors send on these sun rays, you know, that affirm that the work is being done, that this is not a game. It's all holographic, right? Yeah, it's all holographic. So it's like I said, it's about enjoying life. Are we trying to do this to enjoy it, or are we trying to do it to destroy it? You know what I mean? There's two different options. We can create our own realities, but I'm saying that we should change our environment more so, because that's conducive to health and healing. Then we could go back in the concrete jungle and we could start pulling people out of those catacombs, you know what I'm saying, and those concrete caskets that they living in. You feel me? So, nature, man, I love it.
Yeah, so I forgot, what was I gonna ask? Yeah, that was so powerful. That was deep right there, man. Red just finished saying the importance of meeting up in person, and he went down to Atlanta, and that's what healed him, the love that he experienced. And then here come this brother popping up like it was scripted or something, like a Hollywood movie.
You know what we do every clip?
Yeah.
We've been on the road.
Yeah, we have. I would have touched on, I remember now, in terms of relationships, this something that's gaining more and more popularity, not just within the conscious community, but, well, yeah, let me just say within the conscious community or black community, is this concept of polygamy. So we got this concept of polygamy where I guess a man has multiple women. I'm not gonna say a woman. What if when a woman has multiple men? What's that called? Polyandry. Polyandry. Okay. Well, let's focus on polygamy right now. You have polygamy, but then we just talked about having a soulmate. Does being in a polygamous relationship cancel out a soulmate? Because if I got 10 wives, does that mean I have 10 soulmates? Because I thought there was one soulmate at a time or something like that. But is there a contradiction between polygamy and having a soulmate?
God damn it.
Got him.
Rich with these goddamn questions. Yo, Oprah never had nothing on Brother Rich. Let me just go on record and say that. Now, when we're talking about fractals, right?
Yeah.
That soulmate might be fragmented into 10 souls. Facts, because, you know, you're dealing with soul groups and things of that nature. polygamy is not for everybody. You know what I'm saying? I think that it's unique to whoever's experience is able to pull that to them and make it work. You know, I think that this would be a question best formatted and fitted for people that are indulging and practicing in that discipline. You know what I mean? I've never participated in a polygamous relationship. I've entertained it. You know what I'm saying? I've done polygamy without the women knowing about one another. You know what I'm saying? I've done polygamy. I've done polygamy. Yeah, nigga, look at me. I done that. You know what I'm saying? And I you know, that's borderline because I understood the concept that I was getting something distinct from each individual that kind of made me a whole person until I met one person that had all of those characteristics. Then I ended that, you know, to get into a monogamous relationship and to build. You know what I'm saying? And I lost that relationship when I got into the conscious community because she couldn't get with it. She was like, the shit is weird. You know what I'm saying? And the women, more than anything, you know, I would bring her to events and they had this attitude where they were aggressively trying to participate in polygamy. And she was like, yo, what's this? Hey, like, this shit is cultish. Like, you know, why they walking up to you and hugging you like this and looking you in your eye and look at me in my eye? She's like, I'm not into women and all of that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not into sharing my dude. So she didn't come from that world, you know what I mean? And she didn't really understand the concept. It was very foreign to her. But everybody grows. You know, I've spoken to her recently. And, you know, like I said, information is not unique to any one group anymore. Everybody has access to this. It's catching up, you know what I'm saying? What somebody didn't know 5 years ago, they damn sure know about it now. So I think that she's a little bit more versed in the need and necessity, you know, when it comes time to build. I think that, you know, a person that's on that platform and is stepping out should really have a powerful vision for what they're looking to build. You know, I look at a brother like Brother Nasi, you know what I mean, who has multiple wives. That brother is a powerful brother who's really looking to build something that's dynamic that I would imagine, you know, he needs assistance on, you know, and counterparts and things of that nature. And for what I could look and I see, it looks like a healthy family and a healthy dynamic. You know, even Brother Polite, he's made his situation work where it's become fashionable. You know, it's definitely aided and abetted the conversation, you feel me? Bro. Every time you meet a conscious sister, it ain't gonna take but 10 to 15 minutes before that question come up. Fact. You feel me? So
that's on the menu. That's
yeah, that shit.
That's on the start.
Yeah, you got the appetizer, you got the entree. You know what I mean? That's like after the appetizer come with the water, then that question gets popped. You don't even get to the main meal yet. You feel me? Cause yeah, you're not gonna get to the
I'm pro-polygamous. I'm put that on record. Like I stated earlier, the concept of having 10 children, being able to be amongst, you know, have multiple seeds is something that I'm going to actively pursue in this lifetime. So, you know, I won't never cancel out the fact that it will be multiple, that my children will have multiple mothers. You know, and in a perfect world, we will all live together, work together for a purpose of uplifting fallen humanity and healing ourselves from our core issues, being manifesting our higher self, okay, through the use of sex magic, through the use of attraction, through the use of very positive and enlightening experiences, through the use of being able to get away and become our own business owners and become our own business practitioners, to become our own healers, to be able to have home births, to be a community, a family, okay? A family, a global family at that point, because I don't want to restrict myself to the 5 boroughs. You know what I mean?
And I also think that when we're talking about this dynamic, it's almost like putting the cart before the horse. You know, there's a need and a necessity for one to have core foundation with that core person in their unit before that should even come up. So the fact that this conversation comes up before, you know, the solidification of that core unit happens. That foundation is not even set and laid yet. Y'all haven't spent 5 and 6 years in the trenches together. You haven't seen what this person, you know what I'm saying, is all about on every possible level. You know what I mean? You ain't see your shorty in the bathroom taking a number 2. You ain't seen none of those things yet. You know what I mean? She ain't see those things with you. There's certain levels of bonding that have to happen. Y'all thing gotta be solid in order for that foundation to not be penetrable. You know what I mean? Because like I said, whether people know it or not, we still got the nigga chip in us. And that thing is gonna kick in. There's gonna be rivalry. It's gonna be the same things that take down all empires. Those things are gonna pop up. So unless we are working extensively, you know what I'm saying, to exercise those demons out of our dynamic, you know what I mean? I think that it's
the babies. That's how many babies I
yeah.
want.
Yeah, that's how many babies. It's a video camera, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
We on
What?
TV.
What? Yeah. We love you.
See, how could you?
So yeah. So
How could you not want that? As a parent, I'm not living in lack. I'm not living in fear. I'm not living in lack mentality. Oh, what about the money? Or what? God damn it. That's not what we're talking about. You live in abundance and prosperity in your mind. You create your future. We come from abundance. You can have anything that you want on this planet. So if I say I want to have 10 children, if I affirm that, then that's what it is. Like Blue said.
So
But
my
get the
thing,
foundation
yeah.
tight.
At this point in my life, I'm acknowledging that relationships is a science. You know what I'm saying? And that science has to be mastered. I'm still at the age of 40, still going through the process of mastering that science. So there's things that I need to work on with the foundation. You feel me? That woman is going to be the core. That woman is going to bring forth my first child. That woman that I'm going to pour, you know, the multitude of my love into to create this empire. And then we can extend from there. You know what I mean? So I think that should be the focus. You know what I mean? Finding that core unit and really concentrating on mastering the science of love and relationship with that core unit first and foremost before we even entertain these aspects of extending our tentacles in many directions.
I had a conversation with Amunet. Shout out to Polite, shout out to Amunet. You guys are the template that a lot of people are looking at when it comes to polygamy, at the success rate of polygamy. I was looking at Dr. Sabi when we were younger, my mother, my aunt, and all of the other wives that he had. That was an example as well. So I had a conversation with the sister about actually having classes in order to answer certain questions and to give certain tips and to give a certain kind of wisdom to sisters who are entertaining polygamous ideals, because I get those questions a lot. So I feel that the sisterhood, both pro and con, because everybody has a right to voice their opinion, should be able to come together and start teaching the ups and downs, the pros and cons, the do's and don'ts of this lifestyle or this mind state called polygamy that hasn't captured the community. Because if we live in an environment where, you know, you've been forced to accept same-sex marriages and you've been forced to, you know, agree with the lifestyles of a Caitlyn Jenner, then God damn it, you mean to tell me that you are still willing to stand against polygamy? You are still willing to have arguments against something that's more natural than two men being together or two women being together? A family unit where the man is saying, look, these children don't got no father. These sisters are out here with no men. There's a disproportionate number right now. Brothers is putting heels on, God damn it. So we gonna come in and we may have to take care of more than one woman. We may have to satisfy more than one woman in this lifetime.
Let me tell you what I saw a lot of this summer on my grind. You know, I had traps around the city that exposed me to the multitudes of people, thousands of people a day, what I saw in great numbers as a continuing patterns was now AGs are practicing polygamy. So anybody that don't know what an AG is, that's what they call the aggressives in the lesbian community. You know what I'm saying? So these might be the shorties that look something like Lil Wayne with the dreads, or the ones with the short cuts. They look like little boys. You know what I'm saying? Or men for that matter. I don't want to be disrespectful. All right? But what I'm seeing in that community is polygamy being practiced. So now you got the AG coming through. She got 2 bad divas with her. Sometimes 3. You feel me? And you could tell by the mannerisms and how they move that they all together. This is not a social outing. She's with those women. You know what I'm saying? Those women are acquiescing to the fact that, you know, they're treating her like she's the man in that relationship. And that's what I'm seeing in that community. So even they realize that there's a deficit in society of the adequate amount of men to fulfill these sisters' needs. I guess even in the lesbian community, it's not enough AG, so it's not enough male lesbians, you know what I'm saying, to satisfy that need, and they doubling and tripling up.
I was gonna wrap it up, but I got a quick question based on what you just said. Just in terms of polygamy and you dealing with what you've seen this summer in terms of you know, lesbians or whatever, do you think, because as far as, you know, the black conscious community, or, you know, the black community, I don't want to put us in a box, you know, there's a straight black pride movement that's promoting the man-woman family, you know, structure. Right. But then we're also, the black community is also saying polygamy is a natural way of life. But do you think polygamy endorses lesbianism amongst all of these wives? I mean, when these do you think that it causes, you know, women that's not a lesbian to, you know, be in the same bed or see a woman naked and you know, get these feelings for a woman that they normally wouldn't have? So we're trying to say straight black pride, but then we getting into this polygamous relationship and a woman starting to develop feelings that she didn't have for women, for her quote-unquote sister wife. So do you think that turns into some lesbian shit?
I mean, different people do their polygamy different, you know what I'm saying? Some relationships are relegated to a man being with each one of his women separately. You know what I'm saying? And not everybody's sharing the same bed. Now there's other situations where, you know, everybody's getting their thing off at once. You know, but I've heard from many women multiple times that they're very comfortable being around other women naked. So that's not necessarily what we would call quote unquote gay. Yeah. When you go to these spas and these bathhouses, sometimes niggas be butterball there and all sorts of shit. You know what I'm saying? They be raw diggling. And that don't necessarily make everybody in there gay. So, again, those are hang-ups that we have based on, you know, societal structures and Western taboo. And it's not relegated because Western men don't practice that. You know what I'm saying? You see white folks in nature, they be skinny dipping, they be butt ass. That's some nigga shit. You know what I'm saying? That's nigga shit. You know what I mean? That's people that are, like Sabi said, you know, native to jungles putting on clothes. You know what I'm saying? Got mad clothes on and shit like that. So that's what that's about. You feel me? I think that we need to really look deeper and explore, because the parameters of those relationships should be set by the couples involved. So I don't think that it's across the board. There may be some possibilities that some of that stuff is happening, you know, but again, should it necessarily be blamed on the structure of the arrangement, or should it be looked at upon, look, yeah, maybe her biology is different based on her diet and her foods, you know, and she's being victimized like other people in society that are being led to do things that to them might not necessarily be natural if they were living more of a natural lifestyle. And I don't want to say that, you know, those people, everybody that's participating is outside of nature and their natural lifestyle is, because you'll see people that are into lesbianism that are vegan, they eat organic, you know what I'm saying? They do spas and do all of it, do the yoga, and you know what I'm saying? Don't miss an appointment with the masseuse and all of those things. You feel me? So it's these are thin lines. These are conversations that we still need to have to sort out, you know, to figure out what are these dynamics that we're being, you know, I'm not forcing my concepts on those women, but I would just be like, damn, I would love to see that sister with a seed. You know what I mean? Same way that they might look at me and they be like, damn, I would love to see you with a seed. You know, and at the same time, I must also say that there also is being an increase in those couples having children. So let's not be led to believe that lesbian couples ain't having babies, because they are. You know?
Yeah, everything he said. How about it?
Yeah. Tell the people what to expect on Sunday to wrap this up.
On Sunday at Nicholas, Brooklyn, September 20th, 2 p.m. to 7 p.m., we will be presenting our mother, Mama Pill, our brother, KT the Arch Degree, and Red and Blue, all right? Dealing with health, wellness, fitness, and knowledge of self. Lifestyles, okay? So this is going to be one of the first times when you come out, you'll be able to see a whole family get it in on a conscious tip, teaching, sharing experiences. We're going to honor my mother, Mama Pill, you know, for the works and the deeds that she's done, and for society, for mankind, for everybody, for the world. All right? You know,
we're not only talking about the first woman to cure AIDS under the tutelage of Dr. Sebi, and I'm not saying the first woman to cure AIDS under his tutelage. I'm saying she was the first person on the planet to cure somebody that had AIDS. She was just under his tutelage, so she utilized the information that he taught her to put together the necessary regimen to heal that person, because his body healed themselves. She just prescribed the necessary regimen for him to go through that level of healing. So not only does she participate, you know, in that and gave that to the world, which has created this you know what I mean, this continuous level of giving, where now Sebi is, you know, one of the #1 trending topics on many social media platforms for the work that he continues to do, and as well as the many people that have come into his contact in his organization. But she also gave you Red and the Blue. She also gave you KT the Arch Degree. You know what I'm saying? She also gave you more beautiful children. She's the grandmother she got like 11 or 12 grandchildren. You know what I'm saying? So, and she personifies health at this particular point. You know, she embodies beauty. She embodies being youthful. You know, age not being a factor. You know, she's transcended all of that. She's the embodiment of what this lifestyle is about. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a student in her classroom. Red is just a student in her classroom. KT is a student in her classroom. So we're bringing forth our master teacher, and we're going to be in the building as her student, just sharing our experiences of what we would have been able to extract from her vast sea of knowledge. You know what I'm saying? The little cup that we've been able to you know what I'm saying, the styrofoam cup, the double cup that we've been able to scoop up and sip up, you know what I'm saying, to pull up and sip up, yeah. And that's what we've been able, you know, to formulate our situation off of, those experiences, that exposure. You know, she has nothing but blessings and benefaction to offer this world. She has nothing but information and demonstration. So we're bringing that to unleash that on the world as a family affair. Like the brother said, first time ever. You know, not the first time ever. Peace, shout out to Queen of Fool and her sons. You know what I'm saying? Yes. The continuation of that legacy, because that's a beautiful family dynamic, you know what I mean? And it resonates throughout the world, you know? So in honor of that, the continuation of that, because we need more of that, you know what I'm saying? We're coming to bring forth Mama Pill, and also KT the Arch Degree with his amazing catalog of information. I'm going to be talking about fitness. I'm going to be talking about lifestyle. I'm going to be talking about, you know, fitness and recovery. You know what I'm saying? What to do when you actually have a, an accident. You know what I'm saying? You hurt yourself working out and things of that nature. How can you recover from that? How can you rebound? You know, how can you utilize the things that are nearest to you to work out instead of just going to the gym? You feel me? And the whole aspect of treating yourself like royalty, the spa treatment, the massages, you know, the swimming, how important bicycling, all of these things that are accessible to us so we can become better us's, you know what I'm saying, better people. And we can now, you know, create these communities, these better communities, this better world, ultimately. All the things we talking about, releasing the anger, letting it go, you know what I mean? Getting over the hurt, healing our hurt bodies, you feel me? Dealing with our core issues, facing our ugly us in the mirror, you know? These are the things that we're going to be discussing Sunday at Nicholas, 570 Fulton Avenue. What time is it? I think it starts at 2 o'clock. All right, so it's probably from 2 to 7, maybe 2 to 9. Make sure that you come in the building. I think the damage on the door or the love donation is like $20. You feel me? We're going to have that CMOS in the building. 7 Heaven CMOS, Soul Gold Water. You know, we're going to have that gold drops. KT's going to have his plethora of products. Mama Pill going to have her plethora of products. Red going to have his products. You feel me? So you not only have a family that's bringing forth information, everybody has their own product line. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is experts in their own field. You know, my products are all a continuation of what my mother did and Sabi did with the help of KT. Red Pill's the same way. You know, we've all assisted, aided and assisted one another as a family to bring forth this magnificence.
My segment, I'm going to be dealing with a piece of a larger presentation called the Conscious Network / the Conscious Industry. And what I'll be doing is showing the multiple industries that are here now, not 10,000 years ago. You know what I mean? Not what we could be doing right now. Like, I'm going to give you names, websites, addresses, people that are actually living now. Not people outside of our circle, us. People that I got their numbers in my phone. Those people, those brands, the brand ambassadors of those brands, the products and services of those brands, the impact of those brands, all of the things that those brands represent. I'm going to show you the numbers of what it is that we're about to do with this community. I'm about to show you the numbers of what it is that we're going to do when we begin to support each other, when we understand the concept of industry and the fact that we control industry right now. So solution to these problems. So a lot of stuff could immediately go outside of the window. All of this victimhood, all of the fear, all of the what to do next, and what's this and what's that, all of the naysaying could immediately evaporate, because amongst us we have everything that we need. So that's going to be my contribution. It's really about my mom's. Like, I really want to see her do what she has to do. I want the family to become as familiar with her as you are familiar, even not more so familiar than me and Blue, because that's the matriarch. That's our master teacher. Ain't about us. If you want to know who we are, why don't you get to know Mama Pill. Learn her. She's a griot. She has more to offer. She is a griot. She's been here longer. She's experienced longer. She's got over more things. She has 5 children. She has more treasure than us. You know what I mean? More wealth. So I'm a student. I'm going to sit back. We're preparing for our 40th. That's going to be the KT Notaledge 10-year anniversary. Red and Blue 40th. That's coming in November. That's a Scorpion affair. Look out for that. Okay? That's going to be huge.com. We bringing in the big guns. Okay? Y'all might not have known the legacy that we put forth because we so humble. But we're going to show you 10 years of arduous work on the streets of New York. Not pontification or speculation. Actual applicable knowledge, things, actions and deeds. Real, like forming the conscious community. Stuff like that. All right? We're going to show what it is that has been done. But, you know, thank y'all for everything, for your time. You know what I mean? Thank you, Brother Rich. And, you know, like I said, the travel agency, we're gonna be able to launch that along with the other businesses. Be sure to either be there or pick up the presentation when it is put together in post-production and we have it available for the family. Any other inquiries, KTLempowerment@gmail. All right? If you want to add on to the fun, Kings County at Yahoo through your PayPal. KINGSKOUNTY at Yahoo through PayPal. The crowdfunding is on its way.
Yeah. And I believe KTL Radio is coming back this Friday.
We took a hiatus for the whole summer to restructure KTL Radio, Know the Ledge Radio. Shout out to all of the new radio shows that are out there. Yes, salute to y'all, but you are now rocking with the best, all right? The big dogs is on the way back. So KTL, Know the Ledge Radio, Tuesdays and Friday, ain't nothing changed. You know what I'm saying? It be coming back strong. So we will be returning to the airwaves. And then after that, we'll tell you what the upgrade is gonna be. Hey.
Yes, indeed, family. Like I said, man, we appreciate the time. We appreciate everything that the family has given back. You know what I mean? Because a lot has been given. So it's reciprocating, and that's peace. But this is what I want to afford everybody, the opportunity to experience this level of peace, the opportunity to actually reconnect with nature, to get in this water, to cleanse ourselves, you know what I'm saying, to lighten our load. And that's what KTL Travel is going to bring, all right? This umbrella where we could travel the world, you know, under the umbrella KTL University. We talk about something, we go in there. You feel me? Yeah, we studying something, we're gonna study it there. We're gonna tap directly into that grid.
Yeah. And this post accumulation of knowledge, this post era is wisdom. So it's the application of the information. That's called technology. So in this new technology era, in this evolution will be digitized era, we're not gonna just talk about it, we're gonna be there. So you don't have to talk about going to the tropics. We're going to be in the tropics for a whole week or maybe a weekend in a retreat. No more speculation. We'll go to the spots. And like he said, under the guise, we could go as a retreat, but KTL University will take effect, so there will be on-site demonstrations. We did it already in Mexico when we did the 7-day cruise to the pyramids in Cozumel. And had 40 people came with us, and that was monumental. Shout out to everybody that joined us on that cruise. And we always said it's time to bring that back. So now, shout out to my sister A Genesis Samaji. She opened up the door. She threw it out there. She threw an opportunity out there for us. KTL Travel has been born. We are going global now. We're going to all my malls out there. We're going to Moorish Spain. All my Kemetic brothers and sisters, we're going now Valley. We're going further than going into Nubia. We're going into Ethiopia. We're going into Russia. All right, we're going on the Silk Road, all the way through the Silk Road. We're going into India. We're going into Asia Major, China. We're going back to Mexico. So, you know, South America, all of the tropics, you know, salute to the family. Just look out for us. Sunday, September 20th, Mama Pill, KT the Arch Degree, Twin Pillars in the building. Peace.